Today we're going to talk about knowing our limits and knowing when to let go. How many times have you felt overwhelmed? How many times have you felt chaotic, or that your life is filled with chaos, or that you feel like you don't have enough time to do anything, and you feel like you have everything under control in one aspect of your life, and then the other aspects of your life are just out of control, and things are piling on and piling on and piling on your plate, and you realize that shit's getting ready to hit the fan, excuse my French, and we feel like we have to do all of it on our own. This is so common in today's society. It's so common, in fact, that we think it's the norm. So this week's challenge, we're going to jump right into the challenge. This week's challenge is to notice if you feel this way. And if you do, then actually implement the challenge. So this challenge is for you if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like your life is chaotic, if you feel like you don't have enough time during the day to get everything done, if you feel like you have all these things on your plate and you don't know which one to tackle first, or which one to focus your attention on first. So if that applies to you, then this week's challenge is for you. So if that applies to you, the first part of this week's challenge is 3 parts, is to figure out, pretend that all that stuff doesn't exist. Pretend that all the overwhelm doesn't exist, all the chaos doesn't exist, and that you have all the time in the world. Okay, so with that in place, with that thinking in place, ask yourself, what's my main priority, or what's my main goal today? Not next week, not next month, okay, but today. What's my main priority today? Now you can have in account what your main goal is for later on, but for this day right now, because many times we feel overwhelmed when we think about, oh my gosh, I have this deadline, and because of this deadline I have all this stuff to do. So wash all that out of your brain and go, okay, today what's my main priority? And set a main priority or goal for today. Okay? The second part of this week's challenge is to figure out why that's your priority. Why is that your goal? Why do you want to do it? Okay, why? So let's just say that you want to get A, B, C done on your list today. That is your priority, is to get A, B, and C off of your list today. Okay, why? Well, because I have a deadline of this date. Okay, so that's a good reason. Okay, now, instead of thinking, okay, what should I do next? Go into your heart space, and this is part number 3 of this week's challenge. Go into your heart space and feel out the best inspired action, the next best inspired action that you can take that will bring you closer to your goal. Many times when we think, well, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, ego gets in the way and we start to say, well, no, this is a bigger priority than this. And we start to feel this chaotic and the chaos and the overwhelm, and that's how we start to feel overwhelmed, is knowing all the stuff that we need to do and we should do, especially if we have deadlines, and then we start to overthink things. And I have many videos about universal timing, about spirit guides, and about natural energy cycles in nature, and allowing yourself to use your spiritual team, and allowing yourself to go into your heart space, feeling that spiritual guidance and knowing the universal timing, knowing that if we have a priority and if we have a goal set and we're clear on that goal and we're clear on why we want to do it, one of the easiest ways for us to figure out the best or the next course of action, or the best course of action, is to go within and trust in our spiritual guidance, our spiritual team. Trust that what we are guided to do next will bring us closer to that goal in grace and ease, without the chaos. I'm actually going to link a few videos below for you to watch if you're guided. They are about daily divine dialogue. They are also about universal timing and natural energy cycles in nature. This helps us to see the natural ebb and flow of energy, and also helps us to release control and to give some of that control up over to our spiritual team, our peeps, our guides, our entourage, whatever you choose to call your family of guides that are with you, that are helping you. But the only way that they can help you is if you're clear and specific in what you really truly want to do. Your spiritual team is here to help you achieve your goal, but if you don't have a goal, how are you going to know you're going to achieve it? Or how do you know that you're achieving it every day if you don't have a goal? So that's this week's challenge in a nutshell, is if you feel overwhelmed and chaotic and like you don't have enough time, then your challenge for this week is to, 1, get really clear and specific on the goal that you want to accomplish today. Number 2, get clear on why you want to accomplish that goal. And 3, go into your heart space and ask yourself, what is the next best inspired action I can take that will get me closer to that goal? And feel out that guidance. Feel out the next best step. When we think about it, that's when we start to feel overwhelmed, because there's all these shoulda, woulda, couldas, there's all these I need to do this and need to do that. If you take that spiritual nudge and that feeling of, oh yeah, do this, when we're inspired, when we're in spirit, that's when we're in flow, and that's when our to-dos for the day get done so much quicker and so much more fluidly than they would otherwise. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe and thumbs up and share it with all your friends. And if you've really, really loved it, please come back every single Friday to watch the next episode of Fearlessly Inspired Fearless Friday videos. I'm hoping that you have a fabulous week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.